teams left standing: San Francisco, Detroit, Baltimore, and Kansas City, all trying to make it to Las Vegas. And I am joined now by someone who spent 11 years in Kansas City, former fullback Tony Richardson. Tony, thanks so much for joining us. Let's start in KC. This team has not looked like the juggernaut we've seen in past seasons, yet here they are contending in the AFC Championship. What have you seen from Kansas City lately that's elevated them to this point in the postseason?
I mean, it really all starts with, Patrick Mahomes. It's, it's one of those things, like, a lot of people were like worried and everything else. And they were like, well, there's a person in the stands. There's a Swiftie in the fans. Maybe there's some distractions. But I do believe, there was a transition of losing because Eric Bieniemy's a tough, hard-nosed, in-your-face type coach. So it's one of those things. It's like, losing that. And I think it just kind of took them a little bit of time because it was a young receiving core, lines up all sides, all those kind of things. But when you have a guy by the name of Patrick Mahomes, it helps a lot. And I think they're hitting their stride at the right time.
And where do you think the struggle will be for KC against Baltimore?
Baltimore is a whole different animal because they're number one against the run and number one against the pass. And I hate to say this because I played for Kansas City for 11 years. It's going to be a big time struggle. One, the atmosphere. It's going to be loud. Ray Lewis is going to hit the squirrel. We do know that before the game, and so I do believe they're going to walk into a beehive. Yeah, I can't see. Like I said, I'm a homer, but I can't see Kansas City going into Baltimore winning that game.
Right now, looking at the NFC, it seems like a lopsided battle. But how can Detroit take down San Francisco?
What it's going to take, and it's going to have to take, is that model and that mindset that they've played with all throughout the season. Is us against the world. We got to play with grit. They've taken the personality of obviously their head coach, who's a former player, but also taking on that personality of that city. With that mentality and the way they've been going and this plan, I think it's going to be a better game than what people anticipate.
All right, before I let you go, prediction for which two teams are left standing after this weekend and take the trip out here to Las Vegas?
I'm probably going to have to go with, Christian McCaffrey, the way they're running the ball, Kittle, that defense, Fred Warner, those guys in San Francisco are knocking the lights out of people. It's going to be Baltimore and San Francisco, with Baltimore winning the big game.
All right, we'll see if that holds true after these games. Tony, thank you so much for your time.